All right, so I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. I'm doing this one because I want to test out these cute little mics, and I can't put this on. And two, I'm doing it because I'm being obedient to Christ. See, I'm not here for perfection. I'm simply here for purpose. So this morning, God woke me up this morning. He began to talk to me about Hebrews 11 and 6, right? He's a rewarder for those who diligently seek him. So as he began to talk to me about that, somehow we got on a conversation about word curses. And I heard him say that saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Well, the devil is alive from the pits of hell. Words hurt, right? Words sow seed into our minds that later get watered and become forests and trees that prevent us from getting to our destiny. Words cause stagnation in our minds and in our bodies that prevent us from learning new things with a simple word that I can't, or this is too much, or this is too hard. Word causes us to see ourselves as flawed and not beautifully and wonderfully made, created in his image. So it's very important to understand you got to come out of agreement with the word curses. Yes, word curses. Anytime somebody speaks anything over you or about you that comes against the destiny that God has for you becomes a curse, not a blessing, and it holds you hostage. Yeah. I've had people speak word curses over me from a little child, whether it was a family, a friend, a teacher, a principal, a counselor, right? Maybe it was my mom and her friends having a conversation, not knowing what they were saying. You know, those statements. And I don't think my mom ever said this, but I know people have said this. You're just like your father, or you're just like your mother. Well, that could be a blessing, but that could also be a curse. So nobody is just like anybody. They're just simply like themselves. So we have to be reminded of those things that we have to come out of agreement. So this morning I found myself walking the floor in my apartment, coming out of agreement with every word curse. Everything that was spoken over me, even if it was a joke, haha, very funny, not funny at all, because it did something to my life. It caused something to happen or not happen. And so today, I did the work. I came out of agreement. So I want to encourage you today, not here on perfection, because I ain't got no makeup on. I don't know what this looks like. I don't know what it sounds like. And the light's probably not perfect either. But I don't care, because God said do it. And so I'm here. I'm here on assignment. I'm here on purpose, simply to remind you today to come out of agreement with word curses. And if you don't know how, just say what I just said. Today, I come out of agreement with every word curse that was spoken over me that does not align with God's divine purpose for my life. In the name of Jesus, I pray it is so, and it shall be. And just that simple. Now, granted, now you got to act like it. You got to act as if you got to walk that thing out. But let me tell you something. What they said doesn't have to be. Two things is not your business. What they think about you, he says about you, or she says about you. The only thing that's your business is what God says and what you believe. Have a good one.